I'm gonna say it like this. I am I I'm gonna start having my mind and thoughts on those who are also in this time of struggling and wishing to find authentic energy, people that want the truth, people that want accountability, everybody to be accountable for evils, not just turning their eyes and blindness on selective processing. And so I want to point this out. A lot of women are about to catch hell because of other women. And I'm going to continue to point this out because women with some sense, we are not your enemies. And what do I mean? It's funny how I posted this whole video. I posted this post, and the only reason why I made a comment about this was to show the unapologetic, and I'm going to be real, stupidity of a lot of women, where they feel like this is a tit for tat, let me throw a shot at you, when this has nothing to do with it. If that's not your kid, if that's not your family, what are you talking about having a rebuttal? A father in the house does not make a healthy household. Okay, so once again, you females take a L for not knowing how to pick a decent human being to have a baby with, which is a very big responsibility. And you will be judged on your actions, regardless of however you want to take it. The Most High is watching you. That's in the scripture. So as much as y'all like to side skirt all of your accountability, we really don't care. When we all pass, we have one person that will judge us. And once we've pointed this out, you're on the chopping block because you have been notified, you've been put on notice. So us men, we're going to walk with letting you know that you've been put on notice and letting you know you've just been signed up for judgment if you don't want to get in order, because that's what the scripture says. And so when it comes to things like this, she wanted to just be spiteful, like that was saying something. She doesn't have, all men aren't quality. No duh. That's why a lot of you used to get set up for marriages, because a lot of this wouldn't be happening if that was happening, just to be real. So all of you people that, that was so hard for you to hear and digest, let me continue, because there's extremes to everything, but some people don't need all of that. Some people don't have the intelligence, which are most people, and a lot of these women, as you see, because this was my whole point of this argument, right? Most ratchet dudes, right, in a club setting, where ass is being grabbed by women, all that stuff, they know how to keep their hands to themselves. And I'm not talking about everybody, because everybody's always like, there's always this fun stuff. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about generally speaking, you don't see men that are ignorant to all the way intelligent just walking around groping bus drivers, especially with who they see all day, every day, that was dumb. But just walking around doing that, or you would see a lot of men getting pressed for sexual assault. I know a lot of women, there's always the women going to be extreme. No, that's not true. No, when it gets bad, you're going to see it. But the reason why it's going to get bad is because, as you see, this woman, the first thing she wanted to do was fight the other woman because she wanted to be catty. This is why I keep pointing this out. Women are women's worst enemies. When it comes to salvation for women, women will block other women from salvation. Women will twist lies. Women will manipulate other women. Women will gaslight other women. Women will cheer each other to destruction. They'll manipulate you, and they'll turn you on men that are looking out for you. And so when it comes to this, my whole point of pointing this out is even most street dudes wouldn't let their child just get away with that. Why do you think a guy is going to let his son that he cares about, no matter his education his education level, why would you think he would allow him to do something that he wouldn't be allowed to get away with in the street? And this is why we point out women aren't able to raise men, because women have no type of common sense, the majority of them. Not all of them, the majority. And this is why there's very few virtuous women. For you virtuous women that actually are intelligent, shouts out to you. But how much sense does that make? Right? She's defending this crap because she probably lets him rub up on her. She probably has friends that be doing all those videos, kissing on their kids, letting their kids grope on them, twerking in front of their kids, putting reaction videos, laughing, turning on perverted stuff in front of their children. She probably is exactly one of those women doing that. And so that's why when she probably came to this situation, she's sitting there thinking, oh, we do that to each other and all this other stuff. And this is why a lot of women raise homosexual kids somehow, but it makes no sense. But as I said before, all these tendencies, thinking that you have the same ability as a woman. If you a black man, he's a child right now. The way his mom is raising him, he's probably not gonna last very long. If not in the prison system, the whatever, walking around thinking it's okay to assault women. Then she even took it a step further. So he was able to sexually assault a woman in public because he felt like, I guess, he could size her up or something. And this is why he's small, right? So just wait until he gets grown, right? Then on top of that, his mom defended his action. The one that raised him teaches him his morality, because the dad's not there. But this woman said, oh, anybody could have been better than the father, and that's why she's okay with this woman raising her child. And so this woman is now fighting another woman, which is another feminine thing to do. And this is why a lot of these fake masculine men are raised by women. They act just like the mothers that raised them. They see their mothers just decide to act like animals and jump on another black woman. Now, keeping in mind that we're still in the United States, and both of them can get locked up, but for a lot of time, because they are black, but they are women, so they usually get passes. And this is normal in their social behavior, the normal modern woman. And so now you have it where if you are a modest woman, if you are trying to mind your own business, you got a bunch of your sisters, your peers, raising a bunch of perverts. You got a bunch of your peers raising a bunch of kids that have no accountability. And then you have a bunch of your peers bashing men for promoting fatherhood in two-parent households, because being dysfunctional is praised in black women's society, not black men's society. This is why we speak on family structures and all this other stuff. We don't force everybody. If you want to be single and be alone, okay, well, shut up. Stay to yourself. But for everybody else that's trying to make this work, this is why we point this out. Any information, any type of wisdom, male or female, can be dropped. But bad is bad, wicked is wicked, and we're going to point it out. We follow the scripture. We don't follow what you say. And I'm going to definitely have to tie that scripture in, because every single time people always say, why are you speaking on this? It says we should follow the Most High. We shouldn't follow man. And that's exactly what we're doing. So I'm pointing this out. This is a major problem with the community, especially with black women. They don't like accountability. Anytime that they can make a way to, oh, but the man did this, the man did that, that's not your job. This whole thing could have been, this whole thing is exposed because this woman just said a father wouldn't have made a difference. But this woman literally raised a pervert, which means that she had a child, corrupted that child, then in front of that child showed him that accountability isn't what's necessary. You're allowed to lash out and it has no consequences. Because like I said, this is going to be one of these situations where hopefully, because of it's the time of judgment, these people are made a example of. And I hope everybody that thinks like this are made an example of, because if you don't shape up, you're getting left behind. We are all moving forward, men and women. We also have to bring the children along with us.